Hey guys, you're back here with the Credit Connector. Remember, this channel is about you guys. I want to show you guys how to understand your credit, how to fix your credit, and how to leverage your credit. Also, remember, I'm still dropping my VIP mentorship that you guys can still get in for free. Also, if you guys have any friends or relatives that don't speak English, send them to my Spanish channel, which is called Conecto de Crédito. So in this video, what we're going to be discussing is how to get larger business credit lines. Okay, and that's a question that I get asked a lot is, how do banks determine that, or how do credit cards determine that? Okay, so how to get your business credit, how our business credit determined to get larger credit, either lines or credit cards or anything that has to do with business credit. It's determined through, they check a couple of factors. One is your score. One is the credit limit, okay, that you have right now. What are you using? Your revenue, your history of repayment. And what that means is, are you using, $70,000 and just paying the minimum? Or are you actually, using everything, paying it off, and rinse and recycle every month? So let's say if you have $30,000, you use the whole $30,000 and you pay it off within 30 days. So that's really important. They're also going to check, your current debt obligation and personal credit. Okay. So all those factors come into play and they're very important. Sometimes when you're applying for a credit card, yes, they don't have time to check all that. But when you're applying for a business line of credit, yes, they're probably going to go in and they want to see all that. Also, if you've already developed a relationship with that bank, it's really important for them to check at least 3 to 6 months of bank statements. So you want to make sure that you don't have any overdrafts, late payments or anything like that. If you go in and you want to get a larger business account, or loan or credit card, and let's say you have a credit card, because when they check, they cannot see really what is the limit, but they can see what you're using on a monthly base or your outstanding balance. So that's really important for you to know. So let's say that you're just using $5,000 a month, but you're trying to request $50,000 or $60,000 on a credit card. They're going to ask themselves, why does this person need so much money when that's not really what they use? So it's really important to know that when you want to go in there and request a higher business, either credit card or line of credit, let's say you're working with Chase and you want to go in and ask for the increase. You want to make sure to have at least 10 to 15 transactions on your business credit card on a monthly base. And I'm not talking about $10 transaction. I'm talking about, try to use the whole thing, try to pay it back within 30 days, and rinse and recycle, do it again. Because that's how they're going to say, wow, this person really needs to get a higher business account or a higher business credit card, because they're really using it. So that's really important. Don't think, and this goes for the personal side too. I've seen people that are trying to request a higher line of credit card, but they're not using their credit card. They have no transactions in the last 3 months, or they're maxed out. That's another thing. Don't think that you're going to get higher lines of business when you're maxed out and you're not even paying your stuff on time or within 30 days. That's a no-no. When you're maxed out, that's a red flag to the bank. So they're definitely not going to increase your credit, neither on the personal side or on the business side. So that's really important for you to know and understand. You want to make sure that you have no money on that credit card left. And if you do, at least maybe only 3 to 4%. Okay. So let's say, if just to give you a figure, let's say it was $1,000. You shouldn't have more in that $1,000 than $50 that you owe on that credit card if you want to go in for a line of credit. Because if not, they're going to think, if this person cannot even pay the $1,000, how are we going to trust them to give them $5, $10, $20, $50,000 more? So these are all things that you got to think. If you were the bank, would you lend money to yourself, or would you trust yourself? And these are things that the banks are checking, because what happens is that the banks right now are kind of like in a ditch. There's a lot of people that owe a lot of money. Things have changed. The banking system has changed, and you guys got to be smarter than the bank. So one way to be smarter than the bank is that if you owe some money and you can't pay it off, listen, ask your friends, get out of your 401k, do it in another way where you can pay that money off, and then you can go in and ask for a higher line of credit, and then just pay your friend back or your 401k back. Because if not, you're not going to get it. So that's something that you definitely need to know. Um, how much of your available credit are you using monthly? Okay, that's really important. That's exactly what I was just telling you. If you're just using $5,000, there's no reason why this bank needs to give you $25,000 or $50,000. Yeah, you might have just been using $5,000 because that's really what you needed. And yes, right now you might need $50,000, but the bank doesn't know you on a personal base. The bank knows you on paper. So if you're not good on paper, your profile doesn't stand out, you're not going to get that money. So that's really important for you to understand. If you want bigger lines of business credit, you need to keep building your business credit. Okay, keep adding trade lines, keep adding credit cards, lines of credit, and you need to keep paying them on a monthly base, or at least when you're going to go in for funding, at least 3 months before that, have everything paid off, because if not, it's going to work against you. Okay, you always have to remember that. Also, are you paying off, like we talked about, are you paying off your balance in full each month? That's something they want to know. If not, they're not going to increase your business credit. So remember, you can right now, let's say, max out your business credit. Yes, it doesn't show on your personal credit, but they can still see how much, when they're going to lend you money, they can go into your business credit and see it. It doesn't count against you like the personal credit, but they're going to see that money's been there 30, 60, 90 days. So you want to make sure to keep paying that off at least 3 months prior to asking for a larger business credit, putting at least 10 to 15 transaction, starting at least 3 months prior, and always give it new blood. If you don't give new blood to your business credit, it's not going to grow. So it's like a little plant. You got to water it. If you water it, it's going to grow. If you stop watering, it's going to start dying and dying and dying until you end up having bad business credit. So bad business credit and not having any credit, I'm going to tell you, it's not the same, but it does hurt you. If you don't keep giving positive business credit to your business credit, it does count against you. So that's really important for you to know. Okay. And I always tell my clients, whenever you're going to go in and you're going to ask to see if they can increase your lines of credit, it doesn't take you much, maybe half an hour. Just check your business credit, check your personal credit, check all your profiles, check if everything's intact. That way there's no hiccups and nothing jumps. Okay, that's really important, because sometimes people go in and they ask for a higher line of credit, and what they don't know is that for some reason their address is incorrect, the business address is incorrect, or the name is incorrect. So you want to make sure whenever you're going to go in and you want to increase your business score, just make sure, take your time, make sure that everything is reporting properly. Okay, that's how you increase and you get higher lines of business credit. Remember, my name is Jackie. Give me a like, a subscribe, give me a comment. That's the only way I'm going to get to know you guys. And subscribe to my mentorship, because you guys are going to get a lot of game from there. Until next time, guys, you're here with Jackie. Bye.